The Batman hype is real, so today we're going to use this Jada Toys 1/18th scale Diecast Batmobile to recreate the scene from the movie trailer where Batman is chasing Penguin and jumps through an explosion, and I'll show you how to get to this. Okay, so like I already said in the intro, this Batmobile is a 1/18th scale diecast model from Jada Toys that also comes with a little Batman figure. Unfortunately, this figure is also diecast, so it's not posable. Since I might want to resell the model at some point, I didn't want to saw Batman in half, but you could obviously do that in order to make him fit into the Batmobile. The Batmobile itself could also be weathered with a few silver scratches here and there and a bit of dirt. But yeah, I wanted to keep it stock and focus on the explosion effect. For the base, I'm taking a ribber frame from IKEA, and the rest is basically made of things I have laying around in the workshop. But since we are building a metal frame to hold the Batmobile mid-air, I visited my dad in his workshop. Okay, so we started off with cutting a sheet of copper and drilled holes in it, based on the mount that the Batmobile was attached to in the original package. Then we soldered a 6mm brass tube to the copper sheet and afterwards bent the tube. But before doing that, we inserted a 5mm threaded rod into the tube so that it wouldn't collapse while bending. Then I sawed the tube off to the correct length, and the mount for the Batmobile was already done. To mount the brass tube to the base, I cut a piece of spare wood to fit into the picture frame. And to connect the brass tube with the wooden base plate, we went to the metal lathe and created an adapter, with a thread on one side to fasten the adapter to the wooden base with a screw, and a simple hole on the other side to stick the brass tube in. And then this was the result. Then we drilled a few more holes for the electrical wires and the on-off switch. And with that, we were done with the metal work and started with the electrical part. Okay, so the Batmobile itself has 3 LR44 1.5 volt batteries connected in series, so I threw them out and directly soldered a wire to the minus and plus pole. I've done this to be able to switch the entire diorama on with one switch on the base rather than fiddling around under the car to find the switch there. The LED cable that I'm using came with a battery pack of 3 AA's. So the Batmobile as well as the LED cable for the base run on 4.5 volt, while the Batmobile draws 70 milliamps and the LED cable 60 milliamps. To reduce the 5 volt input from the USB cable, I soldered together 3 10 ohm resistors in parallel. Alright, and now we can go back to my workshop to create the explosion effect. To have something where the imitated asphalt can sit on, I glued another piece of spare wood to the back side of the base. Then I used the back part of the picture frame that I cut it to the right size to imitate the street. For that I mixed black and white acrylic color and a paint roller to paint the piece in an asphalt-like gray. For the explosion, I use 1.5mm thick steel wire, with which I create a dome by just bending different parts together. Then I created a second dome that is slightly smaller than the first one, and glued the LED lights to it with my hot glue gun. And an airbrush comes in handy as a glue cooler. And then I glued cotton to the outer wire mesh. And then this is what it looks like by just turning the lights off. I then used Vallejo model color yellow, red and black and game color fire orange to paint the cotton. And after that I called it good. It was time to switch off the main lights again. If you liked the video, I would appreciate a like, a comment and a subscription. And now I leave you with the final reveal.